Backyard Rivalry renews tonight playoff style with Ontario and Lexington meeting on the pitch, both with dreams of advancing to the D2 District Championship by knocking the other out of tournament play. It's live and free girls postseason soccer streaming right into the palm of your hands via Facebook and YouTube, and it's all coming your way. Next.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it, Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering to 10. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos!
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness, what a catch!
One of the best rivalries in North Central Ohio decides a berth to the district title match tonight, and we've got live and free coverage taking over your eyeballs right here and now. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Mechanics Bank pregame alongside Jesse Ryder. My name is Brian Skoronsky, and what a super fun contest that we have tonight, Jesse. Two programs separated by just 8 miles, including a Lady Lex team. They actually get to play at home, where they always do during the district tournament, and then a Lady Warrior squad, the #1 seed, looking for their 13th straight trip into the district final.
Yeah, I mean, since August, this is kind of the day we've been waiting for, to see kind of the 4 teams match up tonight here. Local game, local teams, a lot on the line. What a great night of soccer. You look at the weather's great, the field's great, the team's great. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of fun tonight watching 4 of the best women's teams in the area and probably beyond compete tonight for a chance at the district championship.
I had a chance to speak with both head coaches before the match tonight. Let's begin and hear from Larry Atkinson, the longtime coach of the Warriors. See what he had to say about tonight's showdown. Ontario's 16th year head coach Larry Atkinson joining me right now. First off, appreciate the time, Coach. As you get ready for today's match, you know, what do you express to a team like yours? You got so many veteran leaders out there that I imagine they know what's at stake here. How do you go about coaching them and getting them ready?
I'll just basically tell them to just relax, go out and play how they played every game, you know, but be engaged. Effort's going to go a long ways today. The biggest thing we emphasized over the last week is, you know, we've brought up, you know, number 1 seed doesn't mean nothing. You know, when you get out here, it's 4 teams vying for that, to play in that district championship. And we've told them there's some top teams, top seeded teams have been beat already this year. So please don't let that be one of you.
Lexington was a team that struggled early on in the year. They're starting to get it going right now. They haven't lost a match in quite a number of weeks. What have you seen from them that's allowed them to play a little bit better soccer here over about the last month?
Well, I think Buck's just got him, you know, buying into what he wants to get accomplished and what he wants to see out on the field. And, you know, the kids it's towards the end of the year, and I think they're just playing hard right now.
And finally, Coach, having to come into enemy territory, playing the Lady Lex right here on their home field, quick thoughts on that?
Well, we've played here quite a bit, so, you know, it's almost our second home. You know, is it nice for them to have the home, you know, play on their home field? Yes, but, you know, we've been here, like you said, 13 years in a row, and we've played 2 games here or 3 games here every year for 13 years. So it's a good field. You know, it's cut. The grass is cut as close as ours is. So, you know, we'll field home on this grass.
All right, good luck to you today, Coach.
All right,
appreciate
thanks.
it. For Larry, pretty much business as usual. Getting to this point in the tournament, they're always in the round of districts and always have to come over here to Lexington, who's coached by Buck Morton. He's been around this program for a long time, been in a lot of these rivalry games. Spoke to him about that just a few moments ago. Buck Morton now joining me, and awesome rivalry game that we have here tonight. Ontario versus Lexington. What does it personally mean to you? I know you've been a part of a ton of these.
Yeah, this is big. I mean, you know, when you get to play against the team that's literally the closest school to you, and it's a big matchup, you know, it starts the season off for us, and now we get to come and play a huge game here tonight. It's exciting. I'm excited for our girls.
And playing here at home, I imagine there's got to be a certain level of comfort that you just can't pass up, man, in the playoff time. This is great.
It's nice. I mean, versus getting on a bus, and I mean, you know, I can remember coaching on the guys' side. We did like hours and hours one year on the bus to be able to just come right here, and it's nice for them too. But yeah, we're excited to play on our home field. We're excited to get an opportunity to move on and see how things go.
Great match in the first one. You guys lost in the final minutes. You've been playing some really nice soccer over the last several weeks. In your opinion, what's changed? Why are you playing a little bit better? And then secondly, how do you get it done here tonight?
Well, I tell you, I mean, we've made a few adjustments. I mean, obviously from game 1 to game 18 or whatever out here, you know, there's some things that change. You know, but I just really think the girls just took it upon themselves. It's nothing magic that I'm doing. They're just starting to believe a little bit, work hard, and you know, tonight is really going to be the tale of every single tournament game I've been a part of. You know, you just want to be solid defensively. You want to try and control pace, and you know, if you can do that and you give yourself a few opportunities, then you can put yourself in a great place. So, you know, that's what we're trying to do. That's the game plan going in, and we're excited about it.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you tonight.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Buck. Good luck tonight, man.
Of Lexington here as of late. Look no further than Lauren Alexander, who has been on a flat-out tear. She's got 20 goals on the season. She's going to be one of our keys to success here tonight. As we'll dive into those, Jesse, break it down for me. What ultimately do you feel like is going to decide a winner, the outcome of this game?
Well, I think when you have these crosstown rivalry games, you feel a lot of pressure, right? There's pressure from your team to play well. It's a tournament game. It's a local tournament game. It's a local tournament game against a local team. And so the pressure just keeps building. And so at some some point you have to answer the question, can we handle the pressure, play at a high level under the pressure, and look to advance from there? I think the other thing that's going to be key tonight is the quality of attempts as opposed to quantity of attempts. For Ontario, they're going to get numerous chances in front of the goal. Can they get quality attempts in front of the goal, and then can you bury those chances? Lexington may get limited attempts, but can they get the quality limited attempts that they're looking for there?
Sure.
And then finally, with that pressure, what are you going to do with those mistakes? Mistakes are bound to happen. Where do you make mistakes at? And when you make mistakes, can you recover so it does not lead to a goal that could prove to be quite costly in a game that we saw earlier this year was very close?
It's actually been 3 matches since Lexington was able to last beat Ontario, that back on August 16th of 2019. So the girls wearing the black and blue jerseys who have the first touch tonight, they have had the run of play in this rivalry. And one of the top teams in the state. This is one of the top players, too. Kyla Spencer with the blue hair looking to get off to a fast start as she gets the first shot of the match and makes Underwood have to go down for the save.
If you're Lexington, that's not the start you want right there. Let's get Spencer running free, going towards the goal and getting a shot off in the first 20 seconds. That can't be by design there. A little bit of miscommunication, but Lexington does enough to keep the ball out of the back of net, gets the ball forward, but Ontario's kind of back in that attacking style already.
Ball out of bounds on the far sideline for a Lexington throw-in.
It'll be interesting to see how Lexington matches up with Kyla Spencer. In games past and teams past, they'll look to man mark her and really trying to limit the amount of touches she gets on the ball. And so we'll see the kind of pressure they put on her. A bad giveaway by Ontario allows Lexington to get some numbers going forward. Lauren's going to get it right on the sideline and get a throw-in for Lexington as well.
Yeah, well played right there off the defender Blasing. Gets possession for Lady Lex now. Lauren's so key to the success of the team here as of late. Been on a phenomenal run here, and Lauren talked to us after a win over at Mansfield Senior about the fact that she decided, hey, it's senior year. It's time to turn it up, girls. There's a lot of seniors on this team, and they felt like it was gut check time, Jesse, after a really slow start, and boy, if they answered the call.
Absolutely. And I think it's that type of mentality that you look at the Lexington schedule for the year, and it's the first half was kind of a rough start to the year. The second half, it's a brand new team, it looks like. I mean, the quality of competition they played for the most part was the same. The second half of the season, they just really stepped it up. And, as Lauren said, it was just a mindset. It's time for us to start playing, to get out here and look to dominate games rather than just getting dominated. And I think that starts with Alexander. Even that last play there, you'd like to see her just the confidence on the ball. Just go to goal. Just see if you can make something happen. She gets her head up. She's looking. Takes a little bit of a long shot, but those are the opportunities you want in a game like tonight. Just create something somewhere.
Ontario's defended so well all season long, barely giving up over a goal per contest on average. Veteran back line for Coach Atkinson. As the cross driven in low and deflected out of there by the Warriors, but they give it away.
Ontario certainly had some numbers back there, but inefficient clearance because it's right back into Lexington, and they're attacking again in the attacking third. Right near the end line now.
Thomas plays it into the box. Nobody home in a white jersey.
Lexington was able to kind of get deep into the Ontario territory a couple of times there. Played a ball in the box, but couldn't find anyone on the receiving end. Ontario did well to get some numbers back and be in the right spot.
And a lot of times Ontario's best offense is just give it to 6, just let her go to work, and you see the speed, precision. She's able to go by players pretty easily as Turnboss sets it up to the middle, but there just wasn't a great connection there on the shot.
Yeah, maybe even time to take a touch just and clean it up a little bit. Tough angles, the ball's coming in. Great play, though, by Spencer, and great pass into the middle. You probably want to see just a little bit of a slight touch there just to move the keeper and then get a touch away. But Alexander's going to be in on the other end. One-on-one here. Turns the defender. Defender's down on the ground. Alexander, right at the keeper.
Yeah, that's like the one place that Lauren knows that she can't shoot it. The keeper barely had to move. And a nice save there by Mullen standing her ground. There's another look.
Yeah, right at her. I mean, the run was right. The defender slipped. And it's just the type of game we're going to have tonight. In the span of a minute, Ontario goes from a near goal scoring opportunity defended by Lexington, who then gets the other side of the field and near goal scoring opportunity defended by their keeper and keeps the ball in front. So it's still 0-0, but a couple near goals early on.
2 quality looks by both sides. And Ontario with a giveaway.
Ontario's certainly putting a lot of numbers forward, so those giveaways could prove to be costly. If you give the ball away, Lexington gets the ball facing forward. It was 3-on-3 there, a bit of a rough pass into the area, but the turnovers are what's going to be proved to be costly for Ontario. Can you handle the ball and keep possession and get quality chances? So far, it's been a bit of a struggle, and when it has been a struggle, Lex has been able to attack the other way.
Good-looking ball by Lydia Giefer, intended for Alexander, and Ontario just has to smack it out here on the near side.
There's some space for Lex here to keep the ball a little bit.
Moglen drops it back. And then Schaefer gives it away. Here's Spencer on the run if they can find her. Instead, it closes down in the middle of the field. And another giveaway, this time by Maggie Hoffman.
It's a good ball wide, kind of relieve some of that pressure there in the middle. Ontario's going to get the ball back, but Lexington just kind of gets out of that area. Poor defensive effort there.
Good-looking move, too, there by Brooklyn Blasing. Lex content just to play it out. Spencer quickly with the throw-in. Broken up in the middle of the field.
Yeah, if you're Lexington, you can't just keep giving Ontario the ball. They have such a talented offense here. It's really going to be important that you connect that transition pass out of there. It's probably 3 or 4 times in a row where Lex has won the ball defensively, but then just giving it back to Lex at midfield. Ontario's going to put that shot high and wide. But it plays like this. You've got the goal kick. You've got the possession of the ball. Can you receive the second ball and keep the ball then? I think that's really going to be the difference. When Lex has done that, Lauren's been able to go to goal a little bit. When they've not done it, Ontario's been able to go right back at them and go to their goal.
Like to let you folks know watching out in YouTube and Facebook land that if you drop us a comment, you might end up on our fan zone. I always like to read some of the comments on air too throughout the duration of the match, so let us know how you're feeling, where you're watching from, who you're cheering on. We'll make sure that your voice is heard here on the OH Report.
Yeah, Spencer's just so confident with the ball in the middle of the field. Just gets her head up, just makes a pass to keep possession. I mean, she's a great goal scorer, but she's a smart player too. When she gets the ball, she does not make a lot of turnovers. And so she's really tough to defend because she's so fast, so skilled, and so smart. It has a tough job defensively.
Super versatile player. Had a chance to talk with her during the summer, and on her club team, she said that her role significantly different than that she plays for the Lady Warriors. She said she has her back to the goal a lot, where she's more of a distributor on the club team, whereas here at Ontario, they're always looking to get her the ball and asking her, hey, go make a play for yourself, maybe set up some of your teammates. So she's versed in many different ways to play the game of soccer.
Absolutely, yeah. I know her club team well. That it's one of the top club teams in the state of Ohio for her age. I mean, there's a lot of girls on there who compete at a high level, but she's a dominant player. Her role is different, but she's still dominant. I mean, and her dominance comes from touches on the ball. And so I think for Ontario, it's how many times can we get her the ball, because she's a playmaker, whether it's through scoring or whether it's through getting someone else to score. She's a playmaker, and so when you can get her touches on the ball, good things usually happen.
Ontario trying to work it down the far wing. Giefer playing some nice defense. Locked up in a battle on the far side. And that ball finally does trickle out.
Yeah, she definitely picked it up before the referee signaled. They're having a concern for a second, but she knew it was clearly out. The referee was just making sure.
Alexander tries to turn, poked away. Now the throw-in, puts it out in space, trying to lead it in front for Hamler.
He's got some time out there. Let's see. Lex gets some numbers forward, gets a ball in the box. That's a ball they've played in 2 or 3 times. They're just not connecting on. Ontario kind of predicts a little bit, sits in front of that low cross, and Lex has not really adjusted to that. So what could be scoring opportunities is going right back to Ontario, which is going right back to Ontario's transition, which is what's so dangerous.
Yeah, big burst of speed. The setup just a bit behind Spencer. Now a collision just on the outside of the 18. This one, pop shot.
Ooh.
Barely over the top, Jesse. That was a lot closer than I was anticipating.
Yeah, just kind of hung up in the air a little bit and didn't really sink a lot, didn't really float too high, just right on the goal, right over top. I thought the keeper might have tipped it over. The referee signaling for a goal kick. Here's the replay. She's up, just right over top the bar. Good call by the official. Keeper had it covered, but you're right. It was a lot closer than at first thought.
Last shot by Mariah Cook. Third shot so far on the night for the Lady Warriors. All of them have been on target.
And Mariah Cook, kind of the free kick specialist for Ontario, has scored a lot of free kicks right around like that 20-yard mark, has just been drilling the upper 90s. So if you're Lexington, you got to be careful not to give up fouls around that area, because she has just found this knack for putting the ball in the back of the net off a free kick.
I see Zach Huff watching the live stream with us here on the Facebook, trying to get a read on the competition. They, of course, the Lady Rams will be a part of the second game here tonight. Madison playing Clear Fork, as Spencer turns to the inside but finds a whole mess of white jerseys waiting for her.
Yeah, it seems like it's usually these 4 teams in this round, but this year just seems to be pretty even all the way around, that any team could win, and you wouldn't be super surprised. There's a lot of talent this year, and you really think whatever team comes out of this district is going to advance through regionals as well. Just a lot of talent. I think you got to go to the likes of maybe Rocky River, which is really good as well, but there are some top teams in our area in the state of Ohio.
No question about it, but this district in particular, the last 4 years really dominated by Taylor Huff and the Madison Rams. Of course, they're the 4-time defending district champions, and they'll have an opportunity tonight to get back into that title game. Not sure if Nevaeh Lewis is going to be able to play or not. I believe she's a game-time decision. But back to your point about the parity of this year, Ontario, yeah, they're the favorite, Jesse, but as good as Lexington has been playing, and then Madison, when they're on top of their game, they're pretty darn good. Clear Fork, too. A little bit undervalued, I think, as the 3 seed. I think they have a mini chip on their shoulder, the fact they didn't get the 2. So there's a lot of teams here in this district, all from Richland County, that feel like they got a shot at taking home the big enchilada.
Yeah, when you look at the talent that Ontario's had the past couple of years, and to not make it out of your districts because you're going up against the juggernaut of Madison. I mean, it's just kind of the luck of the draw sometimes, where you have such a talented team, but in order to advance, you've got to beat what was the eventual state champion last year, and what state runner-up, or state semifinalist the year before us. I mean, really, you could be the 3rd best team in the state, not making it out of districts at that point, coming out of this district right now.
And for Ontario and Larry Atkinson, boy, what a sigh of relief it must have been to see that Madison class graduate.
Absolutely.
But because before Taylor Huff came onto the scene, Ontario was dominating.
Sure.
They won 8 of 9 district championships. As Spencer loads up there and it gets deflected. So Ontario, back to your point, I mean, they had good enough teams probably to get through to a regional championship, maybe even state. They just had to go against maybe the GOAT of girls soccer here in the state of Ohio, and Taylor Huff.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
Great complimentary pieces around her.
Oh, sure, yeah. It was not just Taylor Huff, but she certainly was a dominant player and a very smart player, and she just knew how to get the ball to her feet and then off her feet, which is, at this level, that's half the battle. Is can you get the touches you need to get, but can you use the touches you need to get as well? And she did exactly that. But you look at the team that Ontario's had. Man, they've had some talented teams come through here that just were not able to advance, and so they really feel like this is their year. This and next year as well. These are their years to really kind of step in and kind of reclaim that title that's been theirs for so long, but not super recently. It's a big shot in, right at the hands of the keeper though.
Mariah Cook again. Second time we've seen her uncork one from distance. Ian Underwood's been sharp, solid all season long. No problem for her on that one.
It just felt like Ontario's just been attacking for a while. No big threats right now, but they've just had the ball, just being patient in their chances here. We're not seeing Lexington really kind of move that ball out of the defensive area effectively where they keep it. So right now they're on the other side of the field. It's important to just keep this ball here, not give it right back to Ontario. You can't defend for 80 minutes against a team like Ontario. It's a good possession play there. It keeps the ball.
And Lexington battling to get possession back here after it looked like they were going to turn it over. So kind of going back and forth, and then shot skipping into the hands of the keeper from distance there by Lizzie Hamler.
Yeah, you don't mind that shot. There's probably better plays there, but it resulted in a shot, which is at least on goal and a chance to play there. It's a bit of a tough foul there. It's going to be an Ontario free kick right outside of midfield here.
Emma Moglin coming up with the contact. She draws the penalty.
Yeah, and I'm sure the defensive kind of work on Spencer has got to be, they've got to play physical, and you've got to kind of keep her with her back to the goal, not let her turn forward, not let her run at you, but not let her make the plays there, which is a tough task, and sometimes it results in fouls of just trying to slow her down, maybe not even intentionally. She's just that fast sometimes.
Warriors going to send one out wide, headed back at him. And a couple of nice touches Heading towards goal now are the Lady Warriors. A lot of numbers working towards the net too, as Cook runs into a double team and lost possession.
Yeah, Lex does well to take the ball away there, but it's that ball out that's, Ontario's back in. They're still attacking with numbers because they didn't really have to transition. If you even just played into the space a little bit to just move the defenders, allow you to get some numbers and kind of readjust. It's going to be offsides there. It was close.
First offsides of the match against either side. It's going to go against Ontario here, and you're right, that looked pretty close. AR all over it. But at times, yeah, it just almost feels like there's an extra player out there for Ontario. You're right, Lexington clears, and there's 3 girls waiting for it at midfield for Ontario to maintain possession and keep on the offensive attack.
Yeah, normally you play a numbers game a lot of time in soccer. You try and attack with more numbers and try and defend with more numbers. And it just seems Ontario has done very well to get numbers forward. And when teams do that, if you get the ball out quickly defensively, you should be able to get your numbers forward. But they've just not been able to do that quite yet in terms of getting the numbers forward for Lexington.
Big tackle there by McKenna Arnholt. Able to win possession. Took it away from Spencer.
Lauren was able to get the first touch. That's a better play. Lauren is able to hold the ball a little bit, results in Lexington throw-in. I think those are the type of plays you want. Can you find Lauren's feet? And if you can't find Lauren's feet, can you find an open corner of the field just to turn defenders around and let the chase happen a little bit, move defenders? Lexington certainly has got some speed up top as well.
Quick dive into the Facebook chat. I see Amber out there cheering on the Lady Warriors. Says, let's go, with a couple of heart emojis mixed in with some soccer balls.
Ontario with a pretty big mass substitution. I think subbed 4 players in.
They did.
A couple freshmen joining the mix here, so big games for the freshmen to jump in, big minutes here. And obviously, if you're putting a freshman in at this type of level, you know they've got the skill and the ability to play. It's just going to be, can they withstand the pressure of what's at stake?
Ontario's got some numbers moving forward. Turnbaugh, great veteran, good-looking pass. But the last one, not there. Giefer does another excellent job taking it away as this one's blasted from way out by Kyla.
Yeah, Spencer looks like she might be more of a holding mid right now. And maybe for that same playmaking ability, if that just get some touches on the ball. When she gets going forward, even if she gets the ball around midfield, she is a threat to get in the box from anywhere. So maybe just to increase her touches a little bit, increase kind of the opportunities where she's getting the ball. We'll see how that plays out for her.
Lex plays it into the middle of the field, picked off by Turnbaugh. See, Lady Warriors, they're kind of surrounding the 18, Jesse, keeping their distance and their spacing.
It's a hard fall there. Not a foul, but certainly a hard fall just the way she went down. Good ball into the box. Bit of a rough touch there. Let's see if they can connect on this next pass out. They cannot. Right at the feet of Spencer. That's dangerous, but it is deflected at the feet of Lauren Alexander, and she's got some room to go.
Yeah, she's great at this, Jesse. When she gets ahead of steam, almost no one better in the area. That one bent a bit too much on her.
Yeah, you'd like to see her probably just go at that last defender. Just one little move to get kind of a little bit deeper. I mean, that was a long run. She started midfield at a full sprint. It's easy for me to say to keep going, but sometimes fatigue sets in on those long sprints there. Looks like it might have been a handball right at midfield.
And so it's going to be Ontario with the free kick. Kyla teeing it up.
Lex playing a pretty high line here, trusting that they're going to be faster and that Underwood's going to be able to come out and get anything in between them. Spencer's got the ability to put this ball wherever she wants.
Plays it straight ahead. Closest player there was Hoffman, trying to make a play on it.
Yeah, Hoffman went with a kind of a high knee approach there. This is a freshman Trammell working out there.
Who actually got the start tonight for Coach Atkinson.
Yeah, super skilled player, very fast on the outside. Let's see what you can do with the ball here.
He's going to play it into traffic. Did find some feet initially, but squibbed away. And now here's Alexander holding off the defender, holding her ground.
This allows us to get some numbers forward. That's not the giveaway you want because now you're outnumbered the other way. Is it going to stay in? It's right down the line. It is. It's going to be Ontario. Wow. Oh, there's a lot of girls going to the ground there. Let's see what's going to be called. It's going to be a Lexington free kick right inside the boundary there. You're going to see just a little bit of shove in the back there. Arm was up, caught her in the back.
What a ball by Blasing, though. It just stayed like almost like she was bowling down that sideline. Turnbaugh. Think that she thought that she had somebody perhaps running with her on the right side.
There's a lot of substitutions in a game of this magnitude. Really interesting to see the quality and depth of the players both teams have. I think Lex subbed 1 or 2 there. Ontario brought 4 more in, some returning to the game.
Lexington certainly has a lot of seniors, double digits for sure, and I think it's the same case for Ontario. So I think both coaches are just feeling like they've got so much veteran leadership out there, Jesse, that they can take them off for a little bit, plug in some of these younger kids.
Yeah, Lexington's interesting. They certainly have a lot of seniors. They got a sophomore class that is really, it's going to be a foul on Ontario coming out of the back, a really talented sophomore class. It's just kind of waiting for their turn. When you get at programs like this, sometimes you got to buy your time a little bit and just kind of wait. You might get some minutes here and there, and when you get those minutes to really step in and make a difference, there's a good ball into Lauren. Doesn't quite hold it, but is going to stay with Lexington here. Oh, just missed there by Alexander again. But Lex is getting better at transitioning out. It's been the first 10 or 15 minutes, so it's just right back at Ontario, watching Ontario attack a time again. Now Lexington's been able to find Alexander's feet, hold the ball up a little bit, get some numbers forward, catch your breath defensively. Those are the kind of things you need to look for. Olivia Workman just checked into the game for Alexander, who doesn't appear to be too pleased about the substitution. But
yeah, you ain't wrong.
Just maybe catch your breath. If you worked hard for 20 or so minutes, catch your breath real quick. I'm sure she'll be back in.
Yeah, no shame in coming out and getting a quick breather. As Maddie Hughes going to have her second opportunity at the throw-in, looking for Parker. Try to attack a double team, and it's off the shin guard there of Calhoun. Now Parker, one of their sensational sophomores. You were just talking about that great 10th grade class they have. She might be the best.
It's going to be a yellow card here. Referee's giving a yellow, looks like to number 8.
That's going to go against Maggie Hoffman.
Interesting foul here. I'm not quite sure. A bit of a heavy touch here. And then let's see. I don't know about a yellow card. I mean, she definitely just kind of turns her back into her. Whether it's a cardable offense, I don't know, but the referee's made his decision.
Well, she's going at the coach's kid, Jesse, here at Lexington. You know what I mean? Might want to ease up just a little bit, and that's the message sent right there to Hoffman.
Yeah. The return is they check Kyla Spencer back in for the yellow card, so I don't know if that's much of a reward or not at this point. But Lexington free kick just inside midfield, right at the top of the box, and it's going to be headed away by Ontario.
Looks like Lex trying to hold possession. And they will here with Giefer. Ball down the far wing was, I think, just kind of not struck real well.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if his intent was to go wide into the corner or she tried to play it back in, but ended up right at the feet of Ontario, who transitions out of there, of course.
Throw-in goes to Blossberg. Now Lexington just elects to clear.
Yeah, Lexington not really interested in the little 10-yard pass defensively. It's certainly putting at midfield and around that area. What they were starting to do well was find the Alexander to hold the ball up a little bit and get more in the attack. But without her in there, I don't know who is capable of that kind of that hold-up style play. And it's allowing Ontario again to just kind of keep attacking, which is, if you're a Lexington fan, it's tough to keep watching because they are good.
The header by Spencer goes not towards net there.
It's a good ball into the box.
They've got the freshman travel there. Does she have the first goal? I think she does at the 17:26 mark. Ontario strikes first and maybe an unlikely goal scorer.
Yeah, the ball just kind of sailed over top of everybody and fell right at the feet of Trammell, who does well just to keep it on goal. You don't need that much power on it. All you got to do is just put it in the placement. Her placement was absolutely perfect. Corner of the net. Watch this ball and does well. Just gets down the line a little bit. Nothing fancy here. Picks her head up. Right, plays the ball deep to the back post, and Trammell just steps into it somewhat awkwardly, but somewhat.
I think Kyla Spencer with her back heel redirects it.
Oh, really?
What happened.
Interesting.
And off the celebration, I saw a big smile on number 6's face. I think she knew she did something cool, and you saw it there on the replay. One more time, right here. Check this out.
Yeah, great ball in. Definitely turns all the Lexington defenders around. It's a great ball. Plays it over top. Just kind of holds up over top of them.
See, Trammell does get a piece of it, but then how about Kyla?
I think you're right. There's a little bit of a flick there in the middle. There's a big touch by Alexander. See what she does here. Oh, mishits a little bit right back to Ontario.
Yeah, going back to that goal, the trajectory of the ball, I think, from Trammell was probably going to go just a little bit wide. So if Kyla doesn't get a hill on that, I think it bends it just enough, those couple of inches that they needed to take the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, good call. It's just kind of the right place, right time for Spencer, who scored a variety of goals in a variety of ways, but certainly that was an interesting one to say the least. But the ball played in was great. The touch by Jakaya was great, and then Spencer just does what she needs to do to get the goal for Ontario to take a 1-0 lead.
Lauren went charging into traffic, and I think she bumped knees with Brooklyn Blasing.
Yeah, you have to find the right mindset. Lauren talked about just kind of taking over the game and have that sort of personality about her, which is correct until you just don't want to dribble through everyone. So if you can get your teammates involved, set that combination play up, you're going to find probably more touches in a dangerous area for yourself, even though you're giving the ball away at first.
This one makes its way back to Underwood. Mariah Cook that time overshot everybody. And now Kyla with a big first touch, and it's out of bounds here on the near side.
Yeah. Maybe a substitution for Lexington. Olivia Workman checking out of the game.
Gets the sophomore Arnholt back on to the field here for Buck Morton and his group. Parker pressuring here. Takes possession.
It's a good ball in by Parker. Ooh, that's a great play. If she steps in a little bit, that's a good opportunity in front of the goal. I like the work rate of Parker. When she's on the field, she's defending. She's trying to get the attacking options there. A fun player to watch.
Ball pushed out to the wing. And just knocked out a play here by Lex, so it's going to be a Lady Warrior throw-in from the far side as we're down to 15 minutes to go here in the opening half. Ontario definitely dominated the ball control. This cross, though, low, and it's busted up there by Boyce.
Ontario's got the ball here. Just in the corner. Just again, that's where they're so good. They've scored so many goals from getting the ball wide in this area, and just the ability to pick your head up and just play a ball into the box there, and that's how they scored their first, obviously. But that's a lot of the Ontario style is wide, great cross in, and then finishing just inside the 6. There's not a lot of power is needed when you're so close to the goal. It's just placement. Can you put the ball away from the keeper when you're so close? And they do that so many times.
They got a great collection, too, of kids. I mean, Kyla just looks a little bit different than everybody else on the field. But then Ontario's probably got about 6 girls that I would trust with the ball to make good decisions on the outside of the 18 here. That's why they've been so successful this season.
I think, 4 or 5 girls who have double-digit goals. There's, one with 9? I think Mariah Cook with 9. I mean, just they score in a variety of ways and have a variety of players that can score. And when you have those kind of numbers playing the schedule that Ontario plays, I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, let's talk about that schedule. Dublin Drome, right off the tip, is who they played. Ashland, a great team who's actually playing for a district championship tomorrow. Memorial from St. Mary's, Big Walnut, New Albany, Liberty Benton on the road, Medina, who actually took it to them pretty good. But that's, I think, D1, state number 2, something like that. So Ontario, they get out, they challenge themselves that way when they get to this time of year. They're prepared. They know what it looks like. They know how to go up against it. And that's why Coach Atkinson and his girls looking for a 13th consecutive trip to the district championship. Folks, I can't tell you how crazy that is, particularly in this district where you've seen how good and consistent Clear Fork's been year after year after year. Buck Morton, too, over these last 5 years. Lexington's been great for a long time. So, that's an accolade and an accomplishment that the more I thought about it today, I was like, that's really impressive.
That is really impressive because that means for 13 straight years you've gone up to likes against those other teams and maybe not beaten every one of them every time, but you're getting into that game, which is not an easy task. And every once in a while there's a Norwalk team that comes out and that's pretty good.
Sure.
There's some talent here. So to have that kind of streak is really impressive. Ontario's really defended Alexander pretty well here, just keeping her away from the goal. And she's so fast, so skilled, but just kind of keeping her away, not letting her touches go directly at the goal, but it's kind of around the 18 there. Good turn by Spencer.
They've got a 3-on-4 with Kyle at the helm here with the ball. And you see just, man, it looks so effortless, the way that she switches directions.
I don't know if that pass was heavy. It was intended for Hoffman, but she was able to keep it in front of her. And there's Ontario attacking wide again. She's going to play it across. Great ball. Oh, no.
Wow, and you see, man, just the turmoil on Trammell's face. She was like, man, it was right there for the taking.
Yeah, her first touch on the earlier ball was so good. That one she's going to want to have back there. Beats the keeper. It's a great pass in, away from the keeper. We talked about inside the 6, and what we just gave all the pride and precedent for. They could finish so well inside the 6 and just place the ball and just puts it a little wide. But great build-up, great opportunity, great run in the box by Trammell as well.
There's Jakaya, at least winning the first touch there out of the restart. And Kyla zips this one, but well wide.
Yeah, I don't mind the shot there. I think what you want to do is you want to get a touch going forward to get the momentum in your body going towards the goal there. She takes a touch just sideways and turns, and never really turns the whole way to the goal, so finds herself hitting it quite a bit wide there. But she's got the ability that if she turns and she's facing that goal, she can put it where she wants. She just didn't quite turn all the way forward. Well, I really don't understand the Lexington goal kick approach. For three times there, both the keeper and the defender stepped at the ball as if they're going to take it. I don't think it's an intentional fake. Doesn't make sense if it is.
Unique if nothing else.
I guess.
There's Rui, sends a nice ball down into the corner. Believe that's Nye up top, looking for the cross. She's got it.
I mean, she is just playing some great balls in. Just really terrific pass in there. Lexington does better to get back in front of that one and keep the ball away from the goal there. But man, she gets into that corner, her head's up, she's finding that ball, and she has done well. But everybody from Ontario, they just know where to put the ball on the cross, away from the keeper, inside the 6, dangerous area every time, and just a great way to kind of build up your play. And when they attack wide with that level, and Spencer can run through the middle, then with the space that's created, they're going to be really tough to defend.
Ooh, fancy looking slide there.
It does well to keep it at her feet.
That was Carroll pushing it forward for the offense. Kyla with the left foot drills it. Deflected by Boyce.
Still cleared right to Trammell, though. He's going to play it into the box. Just going to kind of sit in there. Oh, whew. A couple near close calls there for Lexington. You got to be careful defensively. Their inability to clear the ball definitely almost caught up to him there.
Now Blazing pushes this one.
Kind of a busted play. It's going to lead to a good opportunity. That's going to be away from the keeper there, behind the goal for a goal kick for Ontario. And it takes it right in the armpit almost. That's not a great place to get hit. Stings a little bit, and it's a near handball if it gets up too much higher. So it's a tough place to deflect the ball, especially from Spencer, who's got an absolute rocket.
Goal kick. One out of the air by the Lady Warriors. Now here comes Ontario. Cook to the middle. Hoffman bumped off of her line by Boyce.
We're not able to turn all the way around there. It's going to be a Lexington throw, though. But you just got to be patient when you're kind of that hold-up style. And I'm not sure that's her style. She is just definitely wants to turn and run. But if you're kind of that hold-up striker, it's really just can you hold the ball, check over your shoulder, look downfield, and put the ball into a dangerous area. You don't get a lot of 50-yard runs as you receive the ball there because you're already dribbling at their inside back anyway. So I think it's just part of the change here of getting her back to receive the ball, but then to understand what kind of that role in that position. It's a great ball in there.
Yeah, slick ball to Blasberg, who puts it into the 6, but the Ontario keeper having a solid night so far when she's needed to.
Yeah, Mullins just, for a second you thought she might have lost it, but she grabbed it right away. Good punt out of there as well. It's Ontario getting numbers for it again. Here they're going to be in the corner.
Boy, they get it down the field in a hurry.
Yeah, they are efficient. They're efficient with their passes. It's not what teams would call like a kickball type thing. They're just so efficient where they put the ball. They know where to attack from. They know how to get the ball into that area. And once they get the ball in that area, look out. I mean, they played that cross in so well. They finish so well, and that's how they have that 1-goal lead so far.
A lot of that just because the coaching staff's so demanding. I love standing over on the sideline next to, Larry and Greg, those Atkinsons, and just, it seems like girls are playing well, and it's just never good enough. You know what I mean? And that's why Ontario's so successful, because of that mentality that you can always do just a little bit better. You should always be in the right spot, right time, do your job correctly. I love it, man.
Yeah, you don't create kind of that 13 straight just by being, it's a bit of a strange tackle. The referee let it go. By being kind of lackadaisical in your approach. They're very intentional and very specific in what they want to do, and the players learn that, and they love that, and get to be a part of something great with that.
Lydia carrying. Not there, though, trying to hook up with Lauren on the outside. Blazing with the takeaway.
It's a smart ball by Blazing. A lot of players just play the early ball and kind of give it back to Lexington, but she held it up, picked her head up, found a new player, and makes a great play in.
Parker battling with Nye. It's going to go off of Riley out of bounds.
Yeah, Riley Nye, when she gets that ball wide, she's such a threat out there. Makes she do a variety of things, but when she plays it in the box, it's the right place every time.
Lady Warriors making a quick substitution here before they throw it back in bounds.
Yeah, we've talked about their substitutions a couple times. So, I mean, we saw groups of 4 a couple times. There's a group of 3 there, and so you just see the depth that they have, which allows them, when you get into these big games, you just keep running fresh players out there, and you don't really drop off in terms of skill. You just kind of keep getting better and keep getting fresh, and allows the players to keep playing at a high level.
Oh, big collision here. Lauren,
it's going to be a yellow card. I don't know about the cards here. A foul, absolutely. I mean, it's off the ball. It's on a tackle. But here you see the replay coming in. Alexander's going to come in there. Yeah, she doesn't really hit the ball at all, I suppose. That could be.
It's a pretty rough tackle right there in the back alley, Potter.
Yeah, referee's definitely citing it down, too. So yellow card each way for each team now.
And quick shout-out to Mechanics Bank today. Basically sponsoring all the spots in this Richland County matchup, and what a great bank they are right here in the heart of Richland County. Check out the Be the Change program at Mechanics Bank for high school students, for all you youngsters out there, and for parents of high school students. Make sure that you go to mymechanics.com, give that a look, get your kids set up for success in their financial future.
Nice. Thanks, Mechanics.
Yeah, shout out to Christy Lord. I think she says yes every time I ask her if she wants to sponsor something, so I'm a big fan of Mechanics Bank and just how they work in the community, and big supporter of OH Report. And we're down to just 5 minutes to go here, Jesse Ryder. Ontario looking pretty solid, man. They've controlled possession and had a couple of looks. The Trammell goal probably should have went in the back.
Yeah, Lexington's had maybe 2 or 3 chances in the half, and most of those were early on. This past probably 20, 25 minutes has really just been Ontario just kind of keeping the ball, getting in the attacking area. You're right, they got the 1 goal, and Trammell nearly with a second goal shortly after that. So it's just going to be, can Lexington just kind of transition forward? That's the kind of ball they want there. Look at the space she's got now. Able to get some numbers in the box here. It's one-on-one on the outside.
They got Arnhold in the box along with Thomas. That's Thomas!
Wow! Oh, that's close. That is super close.
Mullins got just enough of it to push it wide outside of the net. Check it out right here.
Yeah, I thought when she played it, I thought for sure she's going to try and push it to the back post. Mullins as well, just to kind of recover and just keep it out of the net. And even then, that was close. And we talked about the kind of just the pace and momentum of the game had been in Ontario for considerable amount of time. But what Lexington did that they've not done a lot of is just put the ball in the corner there, let Lauren run onto it. And she was able to play a great ball in. Here's a corner kick in as well. Oh, just bounces right through, but still going to be Lexington on the end line, and she's going to play it, maybe into the construction even.
Yeah, the construction looking great down there, though. I saw the new field starting to come together, and this was really a good-looking ball, too, right over Hamler's head. She just missed that by a couple of inches.
Yeah, 2 near goal-scoring opportunities there. It's a little bit of life for Lexington. Certainly in a 1-0 game. The game is not over, but it had been dominated for Ontario for a period of time. But Lexington getting some quality chances here. It's really going to be that transition play. When you win the ball, can you put the ball into a dangerous area? That time they did, and were nearly rewarded because of a great save by Mullins.
Excellent point. And with the deficit just being 1 goal, I feel like Lexington not panicked, of course, at all, Jesse. And if they can take it into the break, just trailing by that margin, I think they're going to be feeling pretty good about their chances in the second half playing here at home.
Absolutely. See Spencer's out of the game again. I'm not sure if it's injury related or just catching her breath a little bit, or maybe just a little bit of strategy here to keep her for the second half. But her minutes have been interesting here in the first half. That's the ball. Oh, just mistouched it. That's the ball they want, though. Right to her feet. Let her make a play. There you see drawn on a double team, but just couldn't hold the touch up. She's tracking back there. You have to be careful here. She is on a yellow card. She is a tough physical player, so you don't want to pick up another bad foul and risk anything else, but you got to play hard. So you got to find that balance in between.
Throw and chase down into the corner. Collision outside the box.
See if they can hold it up. Yeah, it's right back until the attack of Ontario. It's one pass away, and Ontario's back at it already.
Now they've got Potter here. She's got good size. Surveying the fields. Lexington not coming at her, pressuring her just yet.
Yeah, Lexington just not able to really get that ball going forward. When they do, when they find Lauren, they find that space, they've done all right. It's when they don't that has really led to some trouble. There's the numbers they want. They've got some numbers going forward. Let's see what kind of foul they can play in here.
Yeah, Parker sends it into traffic, gets a deflection. Lauren on the chase.
Could have been a foul there. She definitely caught her leg a little bit, slowed down the run. Referees let them play.
Now Blasing gets a bit fortunate there off the deflection of Potter. And here's Turnbaugh. Good-looking ball. Nice build here to get it back into enemy territory by the Warriors. Lena Seif drops it back.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Maybe missed a handball.
Yeah, there it is.
Actually, that will be the call.
Yeah, first touch right off the leg up into the hand there. It's going to be a Lexington free kick. Referee stopped the clock. I'm not sure for what.
I think one of the defenders for Lexington had an equipment malfunction, getting her shoe tied or something, just allowing her some time.
Okay.
That was what I saw out there.
Looks like they're going to set the clock to 55 seconds now instead of 40 seconds.
15 seconds to tie a shoes. Pretty good, right?
I guess.
Pretty fast.
Getting the clock situated here. And that last play we saw with Lexington, I think that's the type of play they have to clean up to give themselves a goal-scoring opportunity. They had the ball, had numbers going forward, 2 defenders back, 3 attackers going, and played right at the feet, or right at least the stomach of the defenders. There was so much space in the corner to play into, draw a defender out, play that ball around a little bit. It's just that kind of decision, I think, is just what's hurting a little bit. Is that transition ball that Ontario is just, they're content to sit back and win it and then go attack again.
Here's Turnbaugh from just outside the 18. A little two-man game right here with Bice. Mir looking for some options and probably wasn't the right ball.
Yeah, Ontario kind of loaded up the box to have anybody wide, so their whole strategy is to get the ball wide and load up the box. But if you don't get the ball wide, you just load up the box. It kind of defeats the purpose.
8, 7, 6.
Down to the final 5 seconds, and that clear by Lady Lex is going to take us here into the break. Lady Warriors on top, 1-0. That goal coming courtesy of Kyla Spencer at the 17:25 mark. Still 40 minutes of action here to come. Stick around, though, for the Mechanics Bank halftime. We'll break down the first half numbers. A little bit of analysis, get you ready for half number 2. You're watching live and free girls tournament soccer exclusively on the OH Report.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents totally unrealistic, never gonna happen in a million years mom fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering attack. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos.
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Oh my goodness, what a catch!
It's halftime here at the Lexington Soccer Complex. We're after 40 minutes of action in the girls' Division II District Semifinals. It's the Lady Warriors on top of Lady Lex 1-0. Let's dive into those halftime numbers presented by Mechanics Bank. And you'll see that Ontario, few more shots, Jesse. Not more quality looks, though, than Lexington, in my opinion, but they have possessed a lot more, and they've kind of dictated the pace at their pace. I think that their strategy has been a little bit better executed than Lexington so far.
Yeah, I think really the key for Lexington in the second half is going to be the counterattack, right? Ontario's going to come attack. Can you counterattack effectively? Can you get the ball, win the ball, get it forward, and can you get some numbers forward, and then make the right pass to get into the attacking area? Once or twice they've done it, and every time they've done it, they've got some good opportunities. A near goal, another goal that went right at the keeper's hands. I mean, they're getting the opportunities off that counterattack when they run it correctly. I think correctly is going to be, can you find Lauren's feet and then get wide with her, or can you just find that space and just let her run? I mean, she's definitely got the speed to get around up there, so it's really going to be how well can you counterattack in the second half.
What type of adjustments do you think we'll be expecting in half number 2, if any, that are that big?
Yeah, I think for Lexington it's that. It's that efficiency and getting the counterattack out. For Ontario, I think it's going to be they just need to execute a little bit better. They're getting the ball a lot. The possession, certainly they're dominant in possession. They're not getting a ton of quality chances because they're kind of giving the ball away with maybe just miscommunications, or it's getting knocked out for a throw-in or whatever it is. But for a team who attacks so well, you expect to have more quality chances. And I'd say they probably have 3 quality chances in the first half. One, they got a goal. One, you felt like probably should have been a goal. And the other, it was a good opportunity. It was just a good save. And so when you see those numbers, for as much as they've had the ball, you expect the quality of chances to be better. And they're getting there, but they don't have the quantity and the quality. Right now it's just quality, but it's a limited amount for as much as they've had the ball.
Give some love to the Lexington defensive back line for making it tough at Ontario when they have got inside of the box so far here tonight. Well, who's going to advance to the D2 District Championship game? We will find out together. Second half action coming up right after this.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents Totally Unrealistic, Never Gonna Happen in a Million Years Mom Fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering, Ted. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos!
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says, thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
The girls are coming back out onto the field here for the second half at the fabulous Lexington Soccer Complex. Just 40 minutes in between now and a champion find out together who's going to move on to play for the D2 District title. Brian Skronsky alongside Jesse Ryder here. Been a pretty good match so far. I think, Jesse, we've seen good sparks from both sides. For Lexington, can you come from behind against a juggernaut team like the state-ranked Warriors?
Yeah, Lexington was definitely getting some quality chances. I think whenever they could effectively kind of get out of the back, they were going forward and get some chances there. So it'll be, now that next thing is, can you finish your quality chances? They were able to get a couple there at the end, a few good looks. Great save by Mullins, just missed on a corner kick. I mean, they had some opportunities, so now it is, can you finish the opportunities that you're creating?
It's a good start here. But then the Warriors, when it gets to that back line, they have been very solid.
And Lexington just trying to keep the ball a little bit. That's the other thing you got to kind of remember is the more you have the ball, she could be offside. That's a good ball. I like it. We've not seen a lot of that style of ball from Lexington in the first half, but the more you have the ball, Ontario does not, which sounds easy, but you're limiting a very talented offense with how much they touch the ball and when they touch the ball. So just possession can be key. Just, you don't want to give the ball away just to let the Ontario keep attacking you. So just keep the ball a little bit, be patient, pick your head up, find the space. That idea there on that last play was great, just a little offsides.
Spencer with a bump comes off of her line, and a giveaway back over to Lex. I would certainly say that the two stars in this game, Lauren Alexander and Kyla Spencer, they've been the two most impressive players so far.
Absolutely. I think both players have done well. Alexander had a chance for a goal early on and put it right at the keeper, but she's certainly creating some things, and you could see her starting to direct traffic a little bit, where she wanted that ball in front of her to be able to chase it down. Again, it was kind of played at that center back, so it made her angle tough, but I think she's figured out with the coaching staff where we want to get this ball to get forward there.
Got a good crowd on hand here, taking in the match from just beyond the sidelines here.
Ball's going to kind of stayed in there for a second. Morton let it go. It looked like it was going to go out and came back in and went out again. If you're Morton, you think you probably just want to keep that and just play it anyways. It's going to be an Ontario throw.
See what the whistle is here. It's going to go against Ontario. I thought maybe they were going to give dangerous play from Schieffer, who went down on top of the ball.
Yeah, I think she got kicked in the back of the leg a little bit, took her down. So one of those you can kind of pick a call.
Blossberg looking to switch fields. Now Parker pushes it up the right wing to Thomas.
It's a good ball in by Parker. Touched by Alexander forward. Let's see if she can get a shot off. She cannot, but stays in the box. Still in the box.
Now the shot, and it's going to sail too tall.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Lexington. Good touch by Alexander. Couldn't just kind of turn and get that shot off, but certainly that's the ball they wanted, right? Get the ball to Alexander's feet in the box. So she turned and just couldn't quite pull the trigger, and the ball just kind of bounces around and eventually goes out for Ontario goal kick. But good opportunity for Lexington early in the second half.
Turnbaugh has her pass deflected, so now here's Giefer.
Giefer looks to be playing more of an attacking role here to start the second half, so I think she matched up with Spencer a little bit in the first half, so we'll see. Sometimes it's a little bit of that chess game. Now Spencer's going to have a little more room to run, but Giefer can also get forward and create some plays. I think we're going to have a Lexington corner. Oh, he's given it a goal kick. I thought it was clearly kicked out by Ontario. Maybe there was a deflection I missed, but from my angle, it looked like Ontario just cleared the ball off her foot. Here it is. That's just the end of it. You can't quite see it there, but it looked like Ontario cleared the ball out, but he gave a goal kick anyways.
So it takes away potential set piece here for Lady Lex in the opening minutes, and here's a deep shot looking for Kyla Spencer. And Giefer, such great size in the middle.
Yeah, does well to win the ball. It's probably a little more space you can play into there, but that's the play you want. Oh, a little bit of confusion on the throw in here. I'm not sure. It's been a couple times tonight. Lexington's not sure who's doing the free kicks and the throw-ins.
You know, a lot of seniors out here. A lot of people want to leave their mark on the game. There'll be Blasberg. Still some confusion, I think, Jesse.
Yeah, I don't know if throwing at midfield is going to leave your mark on the game necessarily, but nonetheless.
Just an extra opportunity to touch the ball. Always feels nice.
Just get your name called on the live stream.
Definitely. There's Lydia through a double team, punches it through in space.
Man, interesting play there. A lot of Ontario players just dropped in. Little contact there. Referee says play on. Let's see if Lex can transition now. They've done well to keep the ball, but can they break the line here? Ooh, nearly a giveaway. It's going to be a Lex throw-in. But can they break this line with the possession of play here?
Boyce quickly with the toss into play. It'll end up with a Rui kick to Kyla. Great first touch.
Absolutely. And good turn as well.
Oh, was almost able to weave her way through traffic, but taken away at the last moment there by Emma Moglin.
Yeah, good tackle, but poor giveaway there. Allowed Ontario to get right back at it and just kind of looked a little, I don't know if the runs were off a little bit, but certainly had her head up, but couldn't find the open play she wanted. Good skill.
And then the shot, but into the hands of the keeper. Great looking build up and the first real goal scoring opportunity we've had in this second half.
Looks like Maggie Hoffman with a good looking attempt there. It's a good touch by Giefer in the middle to bring the ball down, and she finds a space wide. That's the ball we talked about. Now, can Lexington get a ball in the box from this position? Ontario slips, falls, and gives up a throw-in. Giefer with the right play, and Lex with a quick throw-in to get the ball forward. It is going to be a corner kick for Lexington. Now, the last corner that Lex had, it was just a near miss. Good opportunity. Had the girls in the right place. The ball was placed well. Just couldn't quite connect on the header.
Looks like Lexi Blasberg is going to send this one into the field of play. And 5 girls outside the 18 right now for Lex, 2 inside. Now they all make their runs, and it's going to be headed out of there.
Looks like Cook came away with the header. That's a big header out. I mean, it's just stepped up and won a header. Sometimes you can't teach that. You just know how to do it.
Now Maggie with a great-looking ball. That's going to be on sides, too. Here's a big chance.
Oh, my. She kind of made a mess of her touches there, but that's a terrific ball into the area there. Takes a touch to set herself up, but takes another touch away from the goal, loses all of her angle, and just kind of puts it high and wide, hits the post. But that's not a great buildup after that for a player of turnball skill.
No question about it. The junior All-Ohioan, man, look at her. She's just like, geez, what did I just do?
Yeah, certainly her skill is better than that. Just kind of the touch got away from her a little bit. Anything on the ground, the keeper has to make a big save then and just puts it high and wide and has to deal with it.
So it keeps it just a 1-goal differential. Lexington continues to hang around, and they've been putting some pressure on here offensively in these first 7 minutes too.
Yeah, the second half they certainly created some chances, getting the ball downfield a little bit, picked their head up, got a corner kick out of it. Not a great shot on goal yet in the second half, but certainly they're looking to create, they're looking to get forward more, and when you're down 1-0 in a tournament game, you have to do that.
Giefer takes it out of the air. And now Hamler trying to get it to Lauren. He's going to have to make a decision here. Just played it right at the defender.
Yeah, you think with a play of her skill, she can go around there a little bit, get some footwork in there, move that defender, get a better shot off there. Ball's going to stay. Oh, my. That was pretty close to being on the line. I think the referee saved her a little bit.
So a throw in by Alexander down into the corner. Going to lead to the second corner kick here.
You have to imagine. You're looking for Giefer on a corner kick. The last ball in was okay. Cook was in the right place to head it out of there. My guess is you're trying to find Giefer in the air here, so you got to find her, and she's going to start on the back post, make a run into the near post.
Yeah, I think you're right. There she was.
Just over top. The ball's just played straight up, though.
And then comes down into the hands of Mullins, keeping the clean sheet. One more look on the Charter Next Gen replay.
Yeah, just over the head of Giefer. That was, we kind of saw her making that run in, kind of unmarked. Ontario kind of plays that zone defense on the corner kick. That's the ball they got to be careful of. There's a lot of space in front of Lauren, and they played it behind her. She's trying to come back to it. Leads to a turnover by Lexington.
Now Blasberg and Nye been going toe-to-toe here tonight. Lex going to send it deep down the far side, but all the way into the hands of the keeper, Mullins.
Yeah, so that's the balance that you have to find. So that's the first time they've really played it deep enough that Mullins could come out and get it, but before it's been kind of in front of that back line. So you got to be able to drop that ball between the back line and kind of the 18 is where they're looking to go. Good build up by Giefer. Again, Giefer's getting touches going forward right now. Lexington is so much better in the attack with that.
Yeah, it seems like Lady Lex getting behind the midfielders of Ontario a bit more here lately in the second half than they were in the first.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the work of Giefer. She's getting the ball in the middle of the field. A little bit of a miscue there, but Lauren's just fast enough to recover. That's that ball there, though. That's the ball you want to find space and attack in the box there. Played right at the feet of the Ontario defender. Morton does well to turn her body and just keep it in front of her. Miscue again by Lexington of who's going to come away with the ball. You probably want Morton to take it because she's facing forward, and Blossberg can open up then, but just didn't kind of work out that way. It's Ontario going the other way now.
Yeah, funny bounce there. Ends up at the feet of Hoffman. Here's Kyla Spencer with the speed.
Boy, I'm not sure what happened, actually. I mean, her angle looked good. Her run was good. That ball, I don't know if she just shanked that shot or if maybe hit the ground a little bit. She certainly went to the ground. Here's the replay. You see a great ball in again by Hoffman. That's twice. You see the speed of Spencer to separate, and then just kind of hoofs at it. That happens every once in a while. Even if you're an All-Ohio striker, every once in a while you get one of those you just wish you had back.
And there's the Lady Rams in the building, the 4-time defending district champions. And, oh, by the way, the defending state champions in Division II in the state of Ohio. They're going to be on display later tonight in the second half of our doubleheader, going head-to-head with the Clear Fork Lady Colts. I think pretty excited for that match, Jesse.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It's interesting. When you're the defending state champs, every game is a target game for the other team. They want to be the ones to beat the defending state champs. It's kind of that marquee game, that check mark game. This is where we're at right now. So every game, the other team comes out just ready to play, and Madison's kind of endure that this season. All the while, the defending state champs, a lot of them had graduated, so it's a lot of players getting a lot of minutes, but still having to do with kind of the consequences of it. But this team is gelling together nicely. You know, they've got some good young players. They're obviously still good. It's a different type of team than it was last year, but they've got the ability to play too.
Yeah, they kept that kind of Taylor Huff schedule this season. Still were able to split their games, 9 wins, 9 losses for Madison, as Mullins has to come out, punches it down to the ground. And I think Ontario a bit fortunate to come away with it, but it could lead to a breakaway heading the other way. Elena Seif kind of 1-on-3, see if she's just going to go all the way.
Her touches were really dangerous touches, getting the box there. Now Ontario's joining her.
Left-footed shot. I think that was Hoffman. Sails over the top.
Yeah, what I like to see from either team really is when they get the ball in the box to kind of go one-on-one against the defender. They're just kind of going away from the defender and then losing their angle in the shot. One of the things I think Spencer does so well is that she's going to go one-on-one to create a good shooting angle. The other players I'm seeing, they're going one-on-one but going away from the goal so they can get around, but they don't really give themselves a chance to score.
That goes off of Blossberg out of play. So the Warriors staying with numbers forward. 8 up on the offensive side of the field.
In the second half, this game's kind of opened up a little bit. I mean, Lexington's had a couple corner kicks, a couple near opportunities on there, and that transition for Ontario, probably 2 or 3 times we thought they were going to score and just mishit it, misplayed it, whatever it might be, but no other goals to show for it.
That one just right off of the back. So it looked like Lex was going to be coming the other way. Maybe they still will.
There's some space if they can play it. They do. This is the ball they want. Let Lauren go one-on-one, see if she can take her and get inside.
And she will. By Calhoun to the middle of the field. Just waves, though, of Ontario players waiting.
I think number 20, McKenna Arnholt, kind of wasn't sure where Lauren was going, so ended up being in the way more than being in a dangerous spot there.
Good-looking ball down to the wing. And Seif with the cross.
That's headed away nicely.
Well done by Emma Moglin, but Ontario sticking with it. Another shot. Wow. Just beyond the top right corner. 5th shot here this second half for the Lady Warriors.
It's 26 minutes to go in the second half. We've seen probably 4 or 5 almost goals to start the second half, both from each team, really. So it's both from each team really get out there and get a chance to compete, and some near goals, but no goals to show for it yet. For Ontario, they're going to be okay with no goals, but Lexington's going to need a goal to get back in this game. So it's going to be interesting to see the second half.
No whistle there on the handball.
Yeah, Ontario came away with it. Lexington hit Lexington in the hand, but then Ontario just kept the ball and kept going and still has the ball right now. Good ball in by Cook.
Blasted out to midfield. Played by Calhoun, 1 touch, but right to the feet here of McKenna Arnholt.
Let's see if she can find that space wide. Her wide player was wide with so much space. She went right down the middle again, hitting 2 Ontario defenders. Sometimes it's easier to see from our vantage point when we don't have defenders running at us, but there was a lot of space on the far side of the field. It's going to be still some space out there, and Giefer, she does going to play a ball in. Mullen's going to come out and pick it up probably, but that's the right play, though. I think when you can put that ball at top of the 18, corner of that 18, you're making the keeper think, you're making the defenders think, and you get a chance to run onto it and just see what happens. I like what Giefer has done in the second half.
Another shot down into the corner.
The ball might stay in.
Yeah, I think it's going to, Jesse.
Everyone's kind of just trotting to it, think it's going out of bounds, but it is going to sit inside, and Ontario's going to come away with it.
And lots of space here for the Warriors defenders, but Giefer wins that one.
Oh, wow.
Out of the sky.
She covered 3 players there with just her presence, and that ball's going to sit on the 18. It's going to be cleared away by Ontario, but Giefer just covered that space so well. I was about to say they were outnumbered that area, but Giefer had it locked down again.
Ball through the middle of the field with Bice. Looking for an option. She's got one.
There's numbers everywhere for Ontario right now. Oh.
Nice move by Seif. Sets it up for the left foot. Tried to bring it back to the right and busted up.
Well, that wasn't the cleanest Ontario play we've seen yet. I mean, there were players everywhere, and he just kind of dribbled into the feet of Lexington. I think even some of the younger players have to realize the strategy stays the same for Ontario. When you get the ball in the box, if you get it wide again, you're going to move out a Lexington defender, then there's space in the middle, and then you can do whatever you want. That's what Ontario does so well. But I think we've seen a couple times they just try and force it through the middle and not really getting anything because of it. You just see the speed of Spencer, just be able to turn and go.
Great two-man game she had going with Addie Turnbaugh, who just checked back in along with Kyla. 4 players, as a matter of fact, back into the lineup here for the Lady Warriors.
Here's Olivia Workman checking in for Lexington now.
And I wish we need a Jesse Ryder cam up here. I mean, how many kids have walked by and waved at you, Jesse?
There are a lot.
Celebrity
there are a lot of players that I've coached out here tonight. It's been kind of fun. 2 local schools that certainly are just continually good year after year. So it's kind of fun to be a part of. And there's younger players who want to do that same thing when they get older.
And how many teams are you coaching these days? I know you've brought it down from about 8 from a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, I'm just at 3 right now.
Good for you.
We'll see. We'll see how it turns out.
Nye has to race all the way back, and they're going to keep that in play here, will Allie Potter.
Oh, it's kind of Ontario has struggled the second half to really get that ball out of that space. There's going to be just kind of a long dribbling shot in. But Ontario's made a couple poor decisions defensively. I didn't see much of it in the first half, but trying to keep possession, then end up playing that ball right at the feet of Lexington, allows them right back in front of the goal, and here it is again. Good skill by Alexander. Let's see if she wants a shot. She does. It's just wide.
Third shot here the second half for Lady Lex.
Just a good skill to separate, and she's not afraid of that long shot. Not quite on target there, but the same thing I said about Spencer earlier. If you take a touch forward, your angle is so much better to the goal there. They're going sideways, chasing the ball. It's so hard to hit that ball cleanly when you're chasing the ball sideways. If you just get a little touch forward, I know that the speed of play, the defenders can close out, but that touch and take the momentum forward is such a key touch. We're just not seeing a lot of the players do it yet tonight.
Lex is going to play it back here for Boyce, who wasn't able to clear, now all the way back to Underwood.
Underwood just kind of puts it high up at midfield, right to Ontario again, who gives it back to Lexington, who gives it back to Ontario. It's
back and forth we go.
Yeah, it has not been the cleanest of possession. For as efficient as Ontario was in possession in the first half, the second half has been kind of just riddled with giveaways and turnovers, and still getting some opportunities just because they're that good. But it's been a tough second half.
Here's Spencer off the throw-in. Tried to get it back to Nye. Lady Lex defended it well. And they're going to get the throw-in on the far side. Rui now through the middle, and it's deflected. This could lead to numbers moving forward, and man, how good has this girl been in the middle, Lydia Giefer, here in the second half?
Yeah, the distribution there wasn't quite what it's been for early in the second half, but she just keeps winning the ball. She's finding the place to be played in dangerous areas, but that's a tough giveaway there.
Now Potter to Turnbaugh. She's got a little bit of space. Carrying to the far wing. Hughes trying to chase her down. Now a good look here to the middle of the field for Bice. She's going to send one, but it skips into the hands of the keeper, Underwood, doing a solid job in between the pipes tonight.
Yeah, Hughes recovered nicely there. Kind of got beat in the middle of the field, but recovers nicely to not give up a shot there and force Ontario to a little bit longer shot. Boy, Rui and Giefer battling in the middle. It's a fun matchup there. Two skilled, talented players. Oh, it's a tough turn there. Spencer's going to get the ball and look to go forward.
Looks like Kylo wants the shot here.
Absolutely.
Instead, she's just going to send it here to Potter. And that one floats just a bit. And then taken down by Underwood again.
Yeah, I think Underwood jumped maybe just a tad early, but catches it almost as she begins her descent down to the ground. You can see just with her fingertips there. Watch the replay here. Spencer just got the speed to kind of go wherever she wants on the outside of the field there. A dangerous ball in. You watch Underwood jumps early, and just right at the top of her jump. It times it nicely, actually. Now I take that back. Right at the top of her jump, but it was close. Now Lex is going the other way. A bit of a miscue. Dangerous ball, though, but if that's communicated, that's a great play. But you can see the frustration on Alexander. She checked too, and they played behind her then.
Couple of subs getting set to check in here for Ontario. One for Lady Lex, as Giefer didn't measure that one very well. Taking away Alexander down on the ground now. A little slow to get up, and I feel like she's kind of favoring her left side here tonight. Just seems like she's holding her left arm a little bit closer to her body than normal. Not sure if there's anything to that. Maybe that's just their running style.
Could be. Yeah, and for Giefer, it looks like fatigue might have set in a little bit. You just kind of I watched as she gave that last ball away, just kind of settled down for a second, try to catch her breath. Same thing with Lauren, a little slow to get up. It has been kind of a frantic pace to the game, just back and forth, which is fun when you get to attack, but it's a pain when you got to go defend and defend at the speed that Ontario has and try and recover and get your numbers back.
So we're still 19 minutes. Wow, that big collision. Rui looking like a linebacker just trucking through the A-gap.
Yeah, definitely a foul. I don't think it's a cardable foul, but a lot of contact here. Yeah, I mean, they really kind of meet the ball almost at the same time. I think Lex wins it first, which is why it's a foul. But definitely a foul. I think the referees handled that well. No card there. It looks probably worse than it actually was in terms of a foul, but there was a lot of contact, but just two players working hard to get the ball.
And I think this is actually a good thing for Lexington. I was about to ask you, with still 19 minutes, if you're Buck Morton, do you take out some of your senior standouts like Giefer and Lauren and give them like 3 minutes to breathe? But now that they might just get one by default here.
Yeah, you never like to see an injured player, but it was a well-timed injury because it does a lot. You get to catch your breath. You're not sprinting back on defense. You're not making runs forward. Kind of regain that composure a little bit. So I think that worked out for them. I can't imagine at this point you can take them out unless it's just going to be for seconds. But they've had a little bit of momentum with the ball. A couple near opportunities they're getting. We're going to get some subs in the game as well now.
Quick thank you to all of our generous sponsors for making tonight's broadcast live and free to fans, as it always will be here on the OH Report, including Mechanics Bank, That's Better, Frito Lay, Good Fun, Charter Next Generation Films, who is now hiring, and A1 Auto Sales in Mansfield, always the best deals in town. Check them out, a1ohio.com.
It's a good touch there. Lexington gets the ball not quite into the box near, though. That's kind of been their night. They're getting close, but not quite close enough.
There's good pressure by Giefer, though, to keep possession at least momentarily.
Good step by Alexander. Can they get it back to her? They can. She's going 1-on-3, but it might work out for her. Big shot. Handled nicely by Mullins, though. Mullins, good place, good hands.
Second shot on target by Lauren here in about the last 5 minutes. At least keeping Mullins and company, thinking about the shot attempts back there from outside the 18.
Yeah, that punt went right to Lexington, who played it right back to Ontario, who's now in the attack again. So a little bit of that just kind of back and forth action. Good ball wide for Ontario. Good ball in. Oh, just missed. It's going to be I thought it was going to go off for a corner kick. Still bouncing around in the box.
Yeah, Lady Lex saved it back in play. See if it benefits him as Giefer puts that right off the noggin.
I'm not sure what Giefer was looking to do. I mean, she drilled that girl, but that ball was going away from the way they wanted to go. But nonetheless, Lex comes away with a big punt out of all that kind of just craziness down there. It's going to be a Lexington free kick right around midfield. Again, these type of plays allow Lexington to catch their breath a little bit, build up, get some numbers forward. Let's see what kind of ball they can play, and can they beat that back line? They see it dropping off a little bit now, so it's going to be tough to do that. And the ball's played short anyways.
Yeah, Rui read it perfectly. And then Morton, bad giveaway. She had some space. Spencer tried to flick it forward to herself. Engaged in a nice battle there with Morton.
like the play there by Rui. Picked her head up, looking for a play.
Now at the collision, the ball comes out of the box. A whistle comes in against Ontario.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of contact there. Might some words been exchanged as well. A little crosstown rivalry, you never know. They know each other beyond the soccer field, perhaps just checking on what the plans were later after the game. Maybe something else?
Maybe something else. Just a guess, Jesse. Sweet looking ball.
What a ball.
On target. Big chance here on the run. The shot deflected, going down to make the save. Big time for Taylor Mullins.
That's you can see Mullins kind of having a little bit of words there because there's no way that pass really should have made it. It's a great pass, but there's no way it should have been split like that by the Ontario defender. So I think a little bit of just kind of strategic exchange there. Spencer kind of gets ran over a little bit. Chagrin of the Ontario fans. Another good ball in. Misplayed by Ontario. Lawrence going at the back line again. Big shot.
Oh, well.
Oh, top of the
placed.
net.
I thought that was heading in for a moment.
Yeah, that was close, but there's a couple near opportunities. Alexa's getting closer and closer. Ontario's their attack has fizzled out a little bit. I think they've lost some of that intentionality you spoke of earlier. They're so disciplined in what they're doing. I can't think of the last time they've really played a ball in and made contact. It's kind of been a bit of a rough second half for the Warriors.
I agree, and I feel like the confidence level is starting to build here for Lexington, particularly in the midfield. They're winning a lot of the 50-50 balls. They're giving it away to Ontario after they win them, unfortunately for them, on a lot of occasions, but they're getting there first, and you can tell they got a little bit of pep in their step right now, no question.
Absolutely. I think a lot of it's due to that player right there. Giefer has been able to step in and win a lot of balls and get the attack going. Now Spencer's running at the back line of Lexington. Good speed.
Yeah, what a move.
Plays it wide. Now this is the part they've kind of struggled with a little bit. Wide again, right at the feet of Lexington, but still stays in the box for Ontario.
Stevens with a nice pull back, sets it up. Spencer fires low and deflected.
Yeah, it's just a poor execution. For what we spoke of so highly earlier about the Ontario attack, poor execution there from a variety of players and decisions that never really played the ball into the box, just kind of bounced it around, and nothing never really went to goal.
Underwood throws it out. Warriors win it. Cook sends it, but no problem there for the keep.
Yeah, a couple just tough giveaways for both teams right now. Underwood just really threw it right at Cook, I think. I mean, just there's other players around, but definitely went to the feet of Cook, who was facing her goal. That ball's deflected the other way for Lexington, and let's see what they can do. That's the right ball. Alexander's got some space to get in there. Touched first by Ontario. Mullins, good save. That's not an easy save. When you have someone at the speed of Alexander running at you to come out and grab that ball, it takes a little bit of confidence there, a little bit of timing, and she got it both right.
Taylor Mullins been busy here in the second half. 5 saves.
It's a good ball into the box. Just kind of chaotic. It's going to be tough again. Mullins off her line at the right time again. You're right. She has been busy. This past 2 minutes have just been a couple big saves, a couple near opportunities. She's had her work cut out for her in the second half.
And for Lexington, we weren't seeing a lot of these runs in the first half, where right now they're making good soccer decisions. They're putting it out in space, and they're getting close, Jesse.
Yeah, well, you have to credit the coaching staff and just even the team to execute the coaching staff's plan, because what they're doing is they're putting the ball behind the Ontario Warriors defenders and letting them run onto it. And when you have players with the speed of Alexander and Lexi, I mean, they're creating just – oh, there's going to be a foul here – creating those plays just by being fast and attacking that space, and we see it a couple of times there.
Penalty goes against the Lady Warriors, who wins it out of the air, though, with Rui. But a great touch by Giefer. Backside Arnholt. Big opportunity. Right at the keeper.
Oh.
Came out to her, but over her head.
I tell you what, Giefer has really played a great second half. I mean, the build-up there was correct. Arnholt is going to want to have that one back right at the feet of the keeper in the box on her left foot, though. You see a run coming the other way from Ontario. They're that fast, that good. Spencer's got the ball. Underwood does well to keep it in front of her.
Here's another look at that previous Lexington shot. And boy, what a ball by Lauren on the money. Arnholt, left foot, and man, Jesse's just right at the keeper.
Yeah, Mullins has just been, she hasn't made spectacular saves, but she's made the right save every time. And Lexington just not finishing efficiently, but they're certainly getting the looks they want right now. I mean, that's 4 or 5 in the past 10 minutes of just right in front of the goal and forcing Mullins to make saves. Again, not having to make great saves, but certainly having to make saves. It's a good cut. Good ball in. Underwood handles it nicely, though. This game is just back and forth. The turnovers were happening at midfield early on, and now it's allowing the team just kind of run end to end, and we're getting near goals all over the place.
Ball played out into space here for Lexi Blasberg, but disrupted. So here comes Ontario back the other way.
You can see some fatigue, and this game has reached a frantic pace of just back and forth and just trying to defend, and really it's just been 4-on-4 at each end of the field. Lex will get to go. Didn't quite clear it out there, but Ontario's got 4 players up. A little bit of a miscue there. It's the first time we've seen a ball played backwards in a while. This pace has just been electric here, getting up and down the field.
Now here comes Ava Rui. She's got Turnbaugh out wide. Instead she goes to the middle. Spencer's cutting in. Up for grabs. Kyla put her leg out. Didn't get a piece of it. And the slide tackle out of the box here momentarily.
Yeah, Ontario still with the chance. Good ball in. Spencer off the bar. What a touch. Oh, they're going to call a dangerous play. High kick, the official has called. That is a interesting call.
Yeah, I didn't think that it was a high kick.
It's usually it has to be going toward the player for a high kick, and she certainly kind of went away from her with it. It's a good ball in, good attempt. Oh, I don't.
Yeah, no way.
I don't think so. I mean, it's going to be a goal kick regardless, so it's the difference of a yard, but still.
Yeah, still crafty by Kyla to even get a piece of it with all the pace that she did too.
Yeah, and to turn it and not put it over the. I mean, it goes over the bar essentially, but hits the bar, and yeah, a lot of fun play here. No goals. There's been a lot of near goals for a second half that has featured no goals.
And I like the body language of both sides. It seems like each, happy with what they're doing at this point, at least offensively.
Yeah, well, Lex knows they do have to score a goal to advance in this game, even just to tie it up at this point. So they're going to continue to send numbers forward. Ontario said, well, if you send numbers forward, so will we, and we can score as well. So a little bit of a chess match here. Oh, it's the giveaway. You got to be careful of. You got to find that space. You just kind of want to limit how many times the other team can go forward. And they're getting momentum again to go forward. Can she put her wide? Good ball in.
But defended again. That was Addie Boyce coming out to make the play.
Yeah, Addie Boyce has done a nice job defensively tonight. There's about 4 or 5 sophomores for Lexington who are just contributing at a high level, and I think part of their minutes throughout the season have increased too, just because of just the level of play they can play at.
Off the throw-in, ball up for grabs here. And Giefer going to make a play, trying to knock it in the direction of Alexander, who's on the run.
Now she deflects it into her own path. Plays it in. It's going to be one-on-one. Misplayed. Mullen sits on her line. We're going to have a little fun here. Oh, Ontario definitely cleared the ball, so it's not a foul there, but there's a lot of contact from both players. It's going to be a Lexington throw-in right around the 20-yard mark. See if they can keep the ball or generate a good throw here.
Thomas has some options. Lex to come back here to Laurel Morton. And now out to the wing, and just way too much pace behind that one, trying to hook up with Blasberg.
Yeah, Morton has done a good job of just keeping possession of the ball tonight, just trying to win it, keep the ball in front of you, and not turn it over, which is the key part of stopping the Ontario attack, is not giving them the ball.
There she is, winning back possession, and then the deflection. Give the throw-in over to Lady Lex. Blasberg quickly gets it in.
Oh, but behind her player there, a little bit of a miscue. Those the turnovers that kill you. When you've got numbers going forward, you've got the ball, and you give it right back to Ontario.
So the Warriors back on the offensive here as the field flipping, seeming like every 30 seconds or so. Hoffman from the corner looking for somebody, anybody. And instead, she's going to find the defender.
Yeah, defended nicely. Giveaway is going to prove to be costly, though, because it's going to be back to Ontario. And Kylie's going to be offsides.
First offsides call here of the second half against the Lady Warriors.
Which is interesting because the ball has certainly been in the attacking area most of the time for both teams. There's Lex going to be able to keep the free kick a little bit. And
Thomas chips it. Didn't get all of it.
Yeah, they're just not really looking downfield right now. Just kind of playing right to where they see the player. And Ontario covers that space. It's the space behind the defender that Giefer has found so well. Yeah, that type of ball is not going to do it. It's the space. You got to maybe chip the defenders to get over there, put it in that space, whatever you got to do. You just can't play the feet of the Ontario players. He's going to bring a foul back here. Looks like a foul is on Spencer. I couldn't tell who had the foul there, but
First penalty of the second half against Lex, and a lot of applause here from the Warrior cheering section.
Sarcastic bunch we've got here tonight.
Kind of felt that too. So it's going to be a set piece. Lady Warriors have not had many of these here tonight. And Cook bounces it somehow into the goal. Kyla Spencer, where did you come from?
I did not even see it. I thought Underwood had it and nearly looked away, and the ball is in the back of the net. Spencer with just these like disguised goals. You don't even see her, and she's scoring out here. I don't even know what happened.
The Super Junior from out of nowhere puts it into the back of the net and totally changes the match here, Jesse, 2-0.
Yeah, I didn't think the free kick was great, but I did not see Spencer make the run in, and she was right there, and just a good touch around Underwood. Here's the ball. You can see the ball played in by Cook there, I think. Spencer, just an athletic play again, just kind of runs and flicks it right by Underwood. It was one of those plays I thought Underwood had come out and caught it cleanly, or was about to, and Spencer, her speed and quickness to get into that space so fast, but then not only the speed, but to be able to get a touch going to goal past the keeper, just remarkable.
It's super hard to see from that angle because the keeper's in front of her, but I think she did like an MMA style like wind up and kick, Jesse. It was not an orthodox looking swing on net, but boy, was it effective.
Yeah, it's quite a goal there. It certainly kind of wraps this game up a little bit. You know, Lexington had some momentum going forward, getting some chances, kind of just back and forth with Ontario, and that might be the dagger that kind of wraps this game up and the season for Lexington.
So Kyla Spencer with both goals, and each of them have been nifty, different than your standard goal, for sure. And here she is coming back, winning possession. Boy, I think she wants a third, man. Trying to fill it up for the hat trick here tonight.
Took a lot of contact there. It's going to be a corner kick.
And that's it. You know, this is going to be the first corner of the match for Ontario.
Wow.
Didn't have one in the first. This is their first opportunity in half two.
You know, what's interesting that we go back to that Spencer goal for a second. Underwood comes out, but there's not a Lexington player near, so Spencer just ran unmarked after the ball, and just pure speed, hustle, and then the athletic play just to flick towards the goal around Underwood.
Cook plays it back post, headed out of there.
Uh-oh. It's a bad foul there. You know who's going to be taken. It's going to be Cook for sure. We've seen her. She has been drilling these free kicks here nearly what seems like every game, just putting the ball in the top corner. This is right around that area she's been hitting them from.
Actually, it looks like maybe Macy Mangan, who has played sparingly tonight. She's in there, got it teed up. She's going to drive it in low. Actually, in a pretty good spot, but Underwood was there for the save.
I don't know if it went around the wall or under the wall, but nonetheless, it went to Underwood, and she's got it, punts it away. You can see Alexander kind of run through it. Ontario's getting, it had some space to go forward. She cut right back into the Lexington defender there, and now Giefer's got it in the middle. Lex is kind of losing that space again. Not able to find that corner.
Yeah, I think that Spencer goal, boy, did that have to just drain so much out of them. They had some great buildups, had been so close to finding an equalizer, and now Kyla just totally has flipped this game on its head.
Yeah, it's a good ball in. Nye with a good ball in again. Spencer, why not? That's going to be it looks like he did call a foul out of there, but
yeah, I think that's the right call.
Spencer kind of jumped over and onto Underwood.
Fifth foul this second half against Ontario. Kyla just trying to make a play, such a physical player, and she'll give up the body too.
Yeah, Nye, all kinds of time out there, able to put the ball wherever she wants. Underwood doesn't quite catch it clean, but it's going to be, well, Spencer's in the box again already. We're watching the replay, and Ontario nearly scored again.
Yeah, hard to tell what's replay, what's reality at this point.
Time for Nye again. She plays it in. The ball's bouncing around. Oh, poor touch there from Lexington.
So Ontario looking to pour it on here in the closing minutes.
See a little bit of swagger from Ontario right now. Just get the ball forward, just have some fun in attack.
Sure.
We've missed that for about 10 to 15 minutes in the second half where Lex really just kind of ran at him. And it's not quite over. If Lauren can get a goal here, it's going to give us a chance. It's going to be a corner kick at least. Lex going to get some numbers forward. Certainly the game is not quite over, but obviously it is difficult to score against this Ontario team once, let alone twice.
There's a quick look at the Lady Colts, who will be playing in the second half of our doubleheader here tonight.
Mullins catches it cleanly. That's a good ball in. Plays it close to the goal. If she doesn't catch it, it's a tap and goal for Lexington, but Mullins goes up and grabs it. It's a big ball. It's going to go. Spencer's going to battle for it. Flicks it on. That's 2-on-1. Can she find Spencer? She elects to keep it herself and kind of run it to the side.
Yeah, went out wide. I think probably the move was just to try to get it right back to the feet of six.
Absolutely. Any touch in front of her, you're going to be looking for a good opportunity there.
Now Ontario going to send in a couple of subs. Always a strategy late in games. Milk probably about 10, 15 seconds off a clock.
Yeah, I thought they stopped the clock, actually.
Supposed to, I think.
Oh, now he's signaled to stop the clock after 15 seconds have run off. The side ref's going to come and readjust the time. I think everybody kind of... 1:45 is going to go back on the clock. It's going to add 22 seconds there. Would have been easier if he just signaled to stop it at the beginning for all of us, but that's all right. Here we are, allowing the players to catch their breath. It is kind of a different rule, though. I mean, it certainly breaks up the flow of the game when you're substituting and the clock stops and the play stops, and I get it. It's a relatively newer rule for high school soccer.
Yeah, I think just this year it was implemented. Anything under 2 minutes, or maybe it's 3 minutes, they're stopping the clock on the substitution because, well, I mean, it's been a strategy of lots of teams, but Ontario, I think, is one of the better at implementing it that I've ever seen.
Absolutely, and they've subbed consistently throughout the game, so whether it's a strategic to run down the clock or just keep subs coming in, it could be either one or both or something like that.
I think it's kind of more the clock. Let's be honest here. Good-looking ball to Nye. Puts it out in space. Finding some feet here with Hoffman. And it looks like she's just content to take it to the corner, burn up some time here.
Ooh. That's not quite how you do that, but typically you hold the ball in the corner and just kind of try and shield it out for a little bit, but she just played straight out of bounds for a goal kick. It's like, don't even understand why I'm doing this. That's funny. Happens every once in a while.
So as we're down to the last 35 seconds, I don't think there's any question. Jessie, our Mechanics Bank player of the match, has to be the girl with the 2 goals here tonight, Kyla Spencer. I at least got to ask her about, well, the first one was nifty, but then the second one, we could barely see what happened. Like, I need an explanation.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, obviously it was speed, and then I think some skill as well, and perhaps a little bit of luck. You just couldn't really tell. But my question is, how is she so, I mean, there is not a Lexington defender around. Underwood came out to get the ball, and I think everybody thought she had it except for Spencer, who said, you know, I got a chance at this and made a play.
For the 13th consecutive season, the Ontario Lady Warriors will play for the Division II District Championship as they knock off Lexington on their home surface 2-0. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with our Mechanics Bank postgame and break down the final stats for you guys and get you set up with an interview with our Mechanics Bank MVP, Kyla Spencer. Both goals here tonight. Stick around. The Mechanics postgame will be here in just a couple of moments.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Frito Lay Variety Packs presents totally unrealistic, never gonna happen in a million years mom fantasies.
Mother, thank you for planning such an enriching camping trip for us.
Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Now let us sing to you.
This'll never happen, but this might.
There's like no reception.
I'm not cheering, Ted. Ew, bugs!
Dibs on the Fritos.
Frito Lay Variety Packs, packed with possibilities.
A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is driving excitement. You asked for it, you got it. A 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty on all vehicles. A local veteran-owned dealership caring about the community, providing quality vehicles at rock-bottom pricing. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans of all makes and models. No bones about it. Daisy the Doodle says thanks, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield, for making my first-time car buying experience simple. Located at 100 South Illinois Ave, A1 Auto Sales Mansfield is the dealership for you.
What a catch!
Welcome to the Mechanics Bank post-game. That's better. And Ontario moving on 2-0 with the victory here tonight over Lexington. Let's go ahead and dive into the final stats. Brian Skronsky, Jesse Ryder with you, and actually they're not that far apart, pretty even with the exception of the possession percentage, but Lexington put a little chunk into that, took a bite out of it, I should say. So it was a well-played match, just the best player on the field, the All-Ohioan, Kyla Spencer, just came through with 2 dynamite goals.
Absolutely, and I think that was the key part. I mean, she was the best player on the field tonight and just was kind of electric. Every time she touched the ball, there was just a sense of she's about to do something great. I love the adjustments that Lexington made at halftime. I thought it was a different style of game because they made some adjustments in how they were playing the ball, where they were playing the ball, and starting that counterattack. And it really opened the game up. I mean, there was about a 10, 15, maybe even 20-minute kind of pace there. We're just back and forth, kind of near goal after near goal. Really kind of opened the game up and made for a lot of fun.
So for Lexington tonight, Jesse, losing, they're going to actually be below 500 on the season at 8-9-1 overall. Just put a bow on their season for me. It started off not very well. I think they were something like 2-6, 3-7 to start the year, and then after that, they have not lost since they went on the road and took a tough one on the chin from Findlay. What do you think about their season collectively overall?
Yeah, I think their season is indicative of the game tonight. I thought the second half was good, right? They realized, hey, we belong. We can play in this game. We can play against the likes of an Ontario. We can play against the likes of Bexley, these top teams, and figure out we have the ability to do that. I think they had a lot of sophomores that were kind of mixed in with a lot of their seniors, and so figuring out their minutes and letting them kind of get the confidence to play as well. And we've said it before, sometimes you can win and make mistakes, and sometimes you lose and make mistakes. And I think for the first half of the season, they're making some key mistakes and resulting in some losses. In the second half, I think they're able to make mistakes that resulted in wins.
Yeah, they definitely turned out a lot of wins in the second half of the season, were much sharper than they were earlier in the year. And I see Kyla Spencer's almost over here for her MVP interview. But talk collectively about the team and what you saw from the Lady Warriors here tonight. What did you like most about their style of play and what they were able to accomplish?
Yeah, they certainly know how to attack. I mean, when they get the ball, they make the right play, they make the right decision, they make the right move. In the first half especially, I think that ball in for that first Ontario goal was really just a great goal and a great glimpse of what they can do. They've got the ball wide. It's a great ball in by Nye. Spencer's attacking the box. Tramel's on the back post, gets enough on it to get it going forward, and Spencer just gets the goal there. I think that's a glimpse of how good this Ontario can be, how versatile they can be. They can score in a variety of ways, and that was just one of the ways they scored tonight.
All right, we do have the stud All-Ohio Junior with us, so let's go ahead and roll it. Let's get ready for our player of the game presented by Mechanics Bank.
All right, we are here with the Mechanics Bank player of the game, Kyla Spencer. Great game, 2 goals tonight. I have to say 2 different style goals than I've seen you score before. Could you describe to me, let's start with the first goal first, kind of what happened, how'd you do it, and what led to it?
Well, the first goal, it was I don't even really remember how it happened, but Jakaya Tramel had it, and I was just trying to get out of the way because I thought she was going to score, so it kind of hit the inside of my foot, but I would give that goal to her. So.
Okay, well, it hit you last, so as generous as you are, it's still your goal. But let's go to the second goal then. There's a free kick in. I think everybody in the stadium outside of you thought the Lex keeper was going to have the ball, and all of a sudden that ball is in the back of the net and you're celebrating.
Yeah, I heard her. She was right behind me, and she was like, I got it. And I was like, I don't know about that. So then I just tried my best to flick it backwards. I was trying to flick it back to my team, but it went where it went, and I'm happy that it did.
So the top goal scorer has now confessed tonight that 1, she tried to get out of the way, and 2, she was trying to flick it away from the goal. I love it, Kyle. Love the honesty. Let's talk about what's next for you guys. A great win tonight. I thought Lex played you guys really tough. And now you go up against the winner of Clear Fork Madison. What's your mindset for the district championship?
Definitely the next 2 days we have to work hard at practice and improve as much as we can on the things that we didn't do too well tonight. And just on Saturday come out out like we never lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about, at the beginning of the year, you guys certainly had high aspirations, big goals. Can you share with with our viewers, what were some of the goals for the Ontario Warriors? What are you looking to accomplish now?
Just getting better every practice and coming out every game. We just want to go as far as we can together as a team.
And how far do you think this team can go?
I definitely think if we bring our game and play our game, we have potential to go places.
Places. I like it. Kyla, great job tonight.
Thank you.
Mechanics Bank player of the game, Kyla Spencer, 2 goals that sees Ontario win 2-0. Great job, Kyla.
Thank you.
So there you have it. That was Kyla Spencer, the Mechanics Bank player of the game. Terrific performance. And you heard her confession, Brian.
I know.
2 goals. This
shocked.
Prolific goal scorer says 1, she tried to get out of the way. The second one, she tried to make a pass. But somehow she scored 2 goals.
Jesse, you heard that saying, better to be lucky than good. I think Kyla kind of showcased that here tonight. Just a couple of, hey, by her own words, a little bit lucky goals. Both of them very crafty, though. But, hey, that's what's on the horizon. LCP is in the house. We have got to break down and get ready for the second half of our doubleheader. So for the final time here in the first game tonight, Ontario 2, Lexington 0. Great performance by the Lady Warriors and a very lucky Kyla Spencer. Quick thank you to our incredible staff, all of our camera folks out there making it happen. Hayden Gray, Travis Berardi, and Storm Blunchley. Also want to thank Adam Thompson for being an incredible producer up here, switching the cameras, making the audio look crispy, and then building all of the graphics. To our awesome sponsors, Mechanics Bank, Charter Next Generation, more Mechanics Bank, and guess what? Even more Mechanics Bank. They were all over it. That's better. Bank online at mymechanics.com. And then also A1 Auto, always the best deals in town. And quick thank you to Frito Lay, of course, too. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the first half of our doubleheader. Stay tuned. Second half, Madison and Clear Fork, just on the other side.